Hello and welcome. My name is Robin and you're watching a Robin Reads, where I read a lot of different books that you probably have never heard of. So today is going to be my series that I need to continue with. So I mentioned in some video, I'm not sure which one, that I am very good with reading series and that I keep up with them very nicely. And yeah, that was the case in 2020 and before that, but in 2020 I actually started some series because of just book clubs or stuff like that, and also just series that I started myself, but I haven't been keeping up that well. But still, I think I keep up pretty well. But I just want to talk about around 20 series that I'm just really excited to continue with, because I just really like series and I just really need to get reading them because I haven't been prioritizing them. So I'm doing this in alphabetical order with the author's surname because that's how my Excel document is. So the first series is the Eddie Flynn series by Steve Kavanaugh, and I need to read the second book, which is called The Plea, I think, in English. Plea, yeah. So this series is about this guy called Eddie Flynn, and Eddie Flynn is an attorney and he basically solves cases, and that's what these books are about. And I just super liked the first book. I actually also read the fifth book in the series, which is 13, I think. That one is very popular when it came out because it's about this serial killer who actually is in the judge for like the court, which is super cool. I read the first and the fifth book, and now I'm on to the second book, and I hope soon because this is a library book and I really like it. Then on to the next series, that is the brother band Chronicles, I believe it's called, by John Flanagan. I actually sort of DNF'd this series like 2 years ago or something because the third book I really didn't like. But I actually tried the third book again. I actually finished it finally, and I gave it 3 stars, but finally the storyline was wrapped up, so I thought, why not read on with the series, because I know that the other books in the series will be better. So that's what I'm going to do. And the fourth book in the series is called Slaves of Socorro. And this series is basically about this group of teenagers who live on this island called Scandia, I think. It's a little bit like the Scandinavian islands, basically. And someone stole this very great heirloom, basically, from their village. And it's their fault. So they are going with their group on this ship to follow this person and get the thing back. And it's very adventurous and just super cool. It's sort of fiction-esque, I don't know, but it's very nice. Next up is the Guardian cycle. I've been talking a lot about these books, so I'm not going to go into it very much, but this is the third book, The Crystal Desert by Julia Gray. I actually started this, but I sort of didn't like it, so I need to continue with this later on. I have talked about the series a lot, so I'm not going to go into detail, but that is on my TBR. Next one is the I'm not sure what the series is called, actually. I think the Life Traders series or something. It's basically the second series in the realm of the Elderling series by Robin Hobb. And the first book in that trilogy is called A Ship of Magic. I actually finished Assassin's Quest this month, and I'm going to be reading Ship of Magic hopefully soon. I don't know what this one is about, because I just really don't want to know, because I just loved the first trilogy a lot, and I went into that one blind, so I think it would be cool to go into the other one blind. Next up is one that I really need to just read, but I sort of don't get around to it. I don't know what it is, but that's the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin, and I really need to read the final book, which is called The Stone Sky. So this series is about this woman called, what's her name again? I can't remember, something with an E, I think. But basically this world where this is set is a fantasy world where the earth can be manipulated, basically. And the main character does that, and these people get like discriminated a lot. And what happens is her husband finds out that her children are actually also earthbenders, and he actually kills their son and kidnaps their daughter. And the main character needs to go after her husband and get her a child back, basically. Third book, I'm super excited to read that. Next up is the Truly Devious series by Maureen Johnson. I need to read the second one, which is called The Vanishing Stair. This one I started last month for a book club, and I just really want to continue with that one. This one is a YA mystery series about this girl who goes to this elite school, and on this elite school years back there has been a murder, and the main character basically is trying to figure out what happened then. And other things happen on that school. Next up is a series that I also have been talking about a lot, and that is the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan. I am still not farther into this, so this is going to be one that I'm going to read soon for my challenge video, tackling my pile of shame. This is probably going to be the next one, and just need to take my time with it. I know it's long, so therefore it's a thing, but I'm just gonna do it. Next up is the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series by Jeff Kinney. I need to read the 13th book, which is The Meltdown. This one I also sort of DNF'd, but I picked one up in December, I believe, and really enjoyed it. This is a fun middle grade series, super funny, about this guy called Greg. And Greg is a teenager who is almost teenager, who is just trying to figure things out. And it's just very funny and lighthearted, and I highly recommend it. Next up is the Battle of the Beatles series by M.G. Leonard. I need to read the second book, which is called Beatle Queen. This one, the first book I reread in December or November, I think November, and I just really enjoyed it, so I just need to continue with the series. This one is about also middle grade series, about this boy called something. Not good with names today. But basically what happens is that his father vanishes and he doesn't know what happened. And together with his friends and his little Beatle friend, he is trying to figure out what happens and trying to find his father. Next up is also a series that I started last month, and that is the Missing series by Margaret Peterson Haddix. And I need to read the second book, which is called Scent. This series is about this guy who is adopted, and he finds that out in a very weird way, because he gets a letter from someone who says like, yeah, you need to look out for yourself because something is going to happen basically. And yeah, you just follow that. I'm not going to go into it very much because I went into it blind and it was just very nice. Next up is the Track series by Jason Reynolds. And the second book I need to read, which is called Patina. This one, the first book was about this guy called Ghost, and he is trying to figure out what he wants to do. He sees this track team and is like, yeah, I can do that as well. So he starts running with one of the guys, and then yeah, the coach is like, you're very good, so come into the track team. I really enjoyed it, so yeah, I want to continue with that series. Next up is the Nibla series. It's by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, and I really need to read the second book. I'm not sure what it's called in English, but if I translate the Dutch title, it's called The Midnight Palace. And this series, the first book was about this guy who moves to this very mysterious town where there is a murder happened or something. No, not a murder, but a death happened. And they are going to live in this house where this death happened. And yeah, this boy just in this very mysterious town, things happen. Next up is another series by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, and that is the Cemetery of Forgotten Books series. Basically, I read the first 3 books in this series like years ago, and yeah, it's one of my favorite series, I think. But yeah, then I found out that actually was a 4th book coming out, but I didn't know that, and I think it was like 1 or 2 years after I read the rest of the series, and I was like, yeah, I read the whole series, and I don't want to reread the series, so I just need to read the 4th book. And I'm finally going to read it. I'm actually reading this one next week with like friends from Goodreads, so I hope I can plow through and read it then, because I have started it 2 times and couldn't get into it, but I hope I can now. Next up is the Boy Who Grew Dragons series by Andy Shepard. I need to read the second book, which is called, if I can translate it, like The Boy Who Lives with Dragons or something like that. And this series is, I think, a children's series about this boy who finds an egg, I think. It has been a while. Find this egg, and basically there comes a dragon out of it, and it's a very, very cute series. If you like children's books, I highly, highly, highly recommend this one. I really love the first book, and I really need to read the second book. I didn't do that because the second book wasn't available in English, but I'm just going to read the second one because in Dutch, because I just really want to continue with the series. Next up is a series that I also really need to continue, because the third book I read in, I think, like September, October, something around there. So I need to really read the last book, and that is The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. I need to read The Raven King, which is the final book in the series, the 4th one. And this series is about this girl called, there I go again. What's her name? My god. Well, this girl, and basically, yeah, I can't really remember the first book. It's been a long time since I read this, but basically this girl who befriends a group of guys, and these guys are all pretty weird, and one of these guys is like very obsessed with this myth about like a king that has been dead for a very long time. And I think, yeah, the whole series basically revolves around that story, and other things come up as well, but yeah, that's it. You probably know what it's about because it's a very popular series. Next one is the Nevermoor series by Jessica Townsend. I need to read the second book, which is called Wondersmith. And this one I'm actually currently reading, so going good with that. And I will probably read the third book, which is called Hollowpox, next month. So this series is about Morgan Crow, and Morgan Crow always thought that she was, cursed, basically. People have told her that, and on the night that she is apparently going to die, this guy called Jupiter North takes her to this land called Nevermoor, and she needs to do these trials to basically get into the Wonder Society. And yeah, the second book is basically Morgan finding out a little bit about her, what she is and what her magic is like. And yeah, I'm just super liking this, so I'm very excited to read, continue with the second book and read the third one. And yeah, the last one I'm going to mention because two are actually Dutch, so I don't think you care about those. The last one is the Murderbots Diaries series by Martha Wells. And I need to read the second book, which is called Artificial Condition. And I read the first book also last month for this book club thing. And basically what this book is about is, or this series is about this murder bot who basically lives with people, but he's basically their servant, kind of, and he tries to figure out how he can live in a nice way with these people, because he just doesn't really like people. And yeah, just a lot of adventurous stuff happens as well, but I don't really want to go into it more because it's all novellas and therefore pretty short. So I think just go into it knowing that it's a little sci-fi and that it's very, very good. So yeah, those are basically all the series. I think I'm doing pretty well actually on the series part. I have actually like 2 series that I just really need to continue with, which is the Broken Earth trilogy and the Raven Cycle. Those 2 have been a while, so I just really need to finish those, because otherwise I might forget or something like that. So yeah, that's going to be it. Let me know down below what are series that you have started and want to continue with, or don't you read series? That can be a case as well. Or let me know if there are series that are on your TBR. I'm actually going to do a TBR for series as well, in the near future. So look out for that. Yeah, I really hope you liked this video, so please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe, and I will see you later.